Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Sons of Idiot show. Dude, we're gonna get echoes. Guys, I'm talking to myself. As you know, D-Marks is not... He was... As you don't know, he's not in the studio right now. We have the whole compound here. I'm sure... I'm reading reports that he's in the lab right now. I'm Tom C, by the way. In case you didn't know that. Jeez. So I guess I'm gonna have to go check on him. I'm heading down. Staircase noise. Are you in there, buddy?
What? Who's out there?
It's your boy, Tom C.
Tom, come in here, hurry.
Squeak! Is that the...
Hand me that Allen's wrench.
I can, it's Allen's. What?
Then hand me the Tim Allen's wrench, I don't care.
Okay, here it is.
Thank you. I'm almost done.
With what?
What day is it?
You're asking the wrong guy, dude. I guess it's Tuesday.
Oh, heavens. Right? I've been working on this longer than I thought.
What's this, by the way? Because it looks sort of like a Lamborghini mixed with like the Titanic.
Well, that's the Lamborghini. We're not going to talk. That's my pet project.
Oh, okay. Well, what you're currently working on, I don't even know how to describe it. It's got a lot of funny gaskets and lights and stuff.
It's a 1981 DeLorean. It's not that strange looking.
Well, you see a DeLorean all over the place? It's the first one I've seen in person. This isn't 1981. It's 2000 whatever.
That's true. It is 2000 whatever. But it doesn't have to be,
in the year
Tom.
20XX, dude. What do you mean it doesn't have to be?
Tom, you realize that man is confined. He believes himself to be confined to one linear scale of time. But he doesn't have to be, Tom. He doesn't have to do that.
Hold on. We've only had 2 weeks off. That's a little bit too fast to go nuts. It's only been 2 weeks.
Tom,
right?
you don't understand.
I'm pretty much middling at normal right now, and you're going somewhere else.
Tom, you don't understand.
Yeah,
they pushed BioShock Infinite back again. Another month. I can't stand it anymore. It was supposed to come out last March. Then they pushed it back to October. Then they pushed it back to this month. And now they pushed it back to the end of March again. I can't live in this...
No, your madness seems pretty sensible now.
I can't live in this world anymore. So what I decided to do was the only sensible thing, which is invent a time machine to go forward in time to the year 2013. So that then it will definitely be released by then. And I will buy a copy, and I will bring it back here to the year 2012.
Okay, hold on. First things first.
While you're talking, could you hand me that rod of dangerous plutonium?
We're going to hold on that for just 1 second, because I feel like there's some fine-tuning already that I could do.
The plutonium.
I'm going to have somebody get that in a minute. So first off, it is 2013 right now. That's important.
Oh, right. Move all those other years ahead. Sorry.
Okay, that's what you need to know. No longer 2012. That's kind of my only concern, because I understand that we have to get this game. I
had to...
Here's the plutonium, by the way.
Thank you. I had to find a suitable power source. The New Orleans power grid did not seem adequate for the task. I hope there wasn't any major sporting events I accidentally caused a power outage during.
Oh boy. I see that your sense of humor is unchanged.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about. I haven't left my lab in 2 weeks.
Yeah, it really shows. Were you listening to, we gotta get some, Jerry Lewis in here or something. Ray Lewis? Who's the comedy guy? We got to get some of that, so maybe get some inspiration, because that was... anyway, so you're going through time, you're saying, to get a game.
Yes,
that sounds great. Are you buying it?
Of course, Tom. I'm going to go forward into the future.
Can't you just wait,
buy a pre-owned copy at a sensible price, and come back and play it here.
You haven't been to the future yet.
No, I haven't gotten the thing to work.
Okay, because what I would ask is if it's going to be delayed further. But you don't know that.
I don't know, Tom. I don't know, but I have to imagine that within the year, it'll be released.
I gotta be honest, it's kind of some wishful thinking.
Well, this way I have the time machine. I can go further in time as much as I need, and then come back here.
It goes both directions?
Of course. I have to make the return trip. Tom, you don't understand. I have to keep the time stream intact during this whole procedure.
I mean,
it'd be too catastrophic if I were to mess anything up. Otherwise,
you're only going in the future to get a game. How catastrophic?
But if I go into the future to bring back a game that hasn't been released yet, it could have irreconcilable consequences.
Like what?
It must be kept secret. I cannot mess up the final phase of my plan.
What's your final phase?
Tom, if all goes according to plan, and I pull off this journey, after I'm finished playing the game, I will return to the future and I will get a full refund claiming that it did not work on my video game system. Thus saving me tens of dollars.
Well, what are you going to do with the time machine after that?
I hadn't thought that far ahead.
We could rob a bank in the past.
That seems wrong somehow.
Can we delay this maybe an hour, though, and do a show? It's not, we gave you 2 weeks for this. It's a time machine. It should be done like lickety-split.
Just let me give it let me see if it works real quick.
Okay.
Damn it. Flux capacitor's out. Alright, fine. What are you talking about? Something about recording?
Yeah, we got to do the show. For the sake of recording, I guess we can do the show down here in the lab.
Oh yeah, the whole thing's mic'd, so they've been recording everything.
Why would you mic this?
Because I like hearing myself when I do things.
Ain't that the wait? Anyway, guys. Well, I guess let's just move forward with this.
Okay,
guys, welcome to the Sons of Vidia podcast.
Yes, indeed.
I am Tom Siggity C.
I am Demerks.
You mean D Miggity Marts?
D Muggity Mooks.
I accidentally said Marts there.
D Biggity Doo.
It's going to be your new chain of stores you open in the past future.
Okay,
D
fair
Marts.
enough.
Guys, welcome to the show. 2-week break.
Welcome to the first.
How are you? We'll wait to hear how you're doing.
First week of February 2013.
Is it?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah, it totally is.
Nice.
I forgot today was Monday.
Well, it's technically going to be Tuesday when this comes
Dude,
out.
we did this last week.
I know, it's reversed. Anyway, Tom.
Guys.
Tom, I have a question.
No.
Not really a yes or no question.
Okay. Maybe.
Fair enough. So some of you might know that there was a little sporting event over the weekend called the Super...
We can't say it.
Super Duper football game. That was really great.
Yeah. We call it the big game.
We call it the NFL Championship.
The
super thing.
That super thing.
The Ultra Plate. Anyway, guys. Yeah, so there was a thing, football, etc.
We don't watch football.
I don't watch football. Actually, this year was the first year I actually watched pretty much the entire game.
Really?
Yeah.
Why'd that happen? Were you just incredibly bored?
No, I was over at a friend's house and we...
Friends? A lot of stuff happened in 2 weeks.
Yeah. I had to take a break from the time machine.
I guess.
I'd
be all over that.
Yeah, so we watched it ironically, interspersed with watching Ted, which was really
here's
funny.
what I just discovered. College football is like football for hipsters.
Really?
Think about it, because it's like, no, you guys don't like real football. I like this football. It's more hardcore.
I guess.
Think about it.
The point is,
you can quote me on that.
I never watched it basically front to back before, like for reals.
Right.
And
how'd your fantasy team do? Mine only has naked ladies on it.
Yeah.
It didn't do too good.
Well,
it didn't do too good.
Mine just has ladies in skimpy outfits. So.
Right. Did you watch Puppy Bowl?
I did not watch Puppy Bowl.
Dude.
We watched Ted.
Okay.
We actually watched Ted during the game. Now,
that's a famous movie about a bear and Mark Wahlberg.
I'd never seen it before. It was pretty funny.
I never saw it either.
But
okay, you already said it's funny.
Yeah, I thought it was good.
Great.
What I was going to ask was, Tom.
No, wait. Yeah, okay, go on.
Were you really ever into sports games?
You know that I am.
I know that you like... I know that you like racing games. We talked about...
Dude, hold on. Racing is a sport.
Well, yeah, but it's... I'm trying to make the distinction. It's not... I think
we talked about this.
I know we talked about racing games. I'm not sure if we talked
I'm not sure we talked about racing games.
We talked about it a little bit.
Talked about racist games.
We talked about Rusty... I remember we mentioned Rusty Wallace in an episode.
We mentioned Rusty Wallace in every episode.
That's true. The Rusty
And Sterling Marlin, who's the funniest race car named driver you can get.
The Rusty Wadcast.
Am I ever into sports games? Yeah, we totally talked about this before. Because I said that I used to play football games with my dad.
I don't remember you saying that, but I have a terrible memory, so you might be right.
It's on our game's art, where we say, is football art? The answer is, of course it is. No.
All right. Well, then just scrap this entire segment.
Guys, you don't play them at all, right? You've never played a sports game in your life. Probably never played a sport in your life.
That's not true.
It's like high-speed handball, am I right?
Well, yeah. I mean, I was a very competitive handball player back on the Olympic team.
Yeah. Everyone knows that. That's why I said it's so sarcastic.
No, yeah, I never really played sports games because I was never into sports. But I always wonder who they're for.
Oh, dude, kids love those. Are you kidding me?
But,
dude, okay, you got a frat boy audience now. They love this crap.
I know, but I just don't understand why. Like, to me, those
games are loads of fun. I have played many a sport game, friend. I really have. Because the football games are just loads of fun. You don't have to be any level of skill or knowledge of the sport to like it. Because, like, Madden's just a fun game because it's simple. The hockey games are all super duper fun. Have you ever played a hockey game?
No.
Hockey games
I haven't played any sports games.
Dude, hockey games are the best.
Oh, okay.
Does
Wii Sports count as a sports game? Because I played
count that, but I'm not going to. Dude, I used to play NES baseball. That's how hardcore I am.
You used to play Looney Tunes basketball, too.
I didn't realize until recently it's a total ripoff of NBA Jam.
But they throw in, like, pies in the face. They don't have that in NBA Jam.
Let's just say it's a sequel to NBA Jam.
It's an improved version.
In the future where all NBA stars are replaced with Looney Tunes.
It's a fan patch.
Absolutely.
Fan patch.
No, that's an improvement. Yeah, I used to play a ton of sports games. Not used to play. They were interspersed throughout my career. How about that?
Yeah, I guess that's one way of putting it.
Yeah, dude. If you have extra $5, go buy like NHL 2011 or something because now they probably cost no money.
I always was oddly intimidated by sports games because I'm a guy who can like. I get really complicated RTSs really fast. Even grand strategy games I pick up on.
You can't get that soccer.
No, for some reason I just assume that sports games are going to be difficult because like.
No, they're not made for a difficult crowd.
I guess not, but I always assume that there's like stats you have to pay attention to, and like everyone's got different stats. You gotta compose a team, and blah 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 blah.
Maybe in some kind of advanced game, there's like creative team options in a lot of NFL games, which was always kind of fun. But the stats really comes down to
William the Refrigerator Perry alongside Tom Brady.
Good. That's
those are both sports people.
Kind of a lot of years of a difference there, but you know.
Well, it's like in WWE games when you used to play WWE games, right?
I played WCW games.
Well, whatever, same.
Because I was
not the same thing, but you know.
Yeah, those were always fun. If you can consider that a sport, people don't go home and wrestle on the high school wrestling team. Wait,
yeah,
dude. Here's the weird thing.
They do all of those things.
The weird thing, if you think about it, professional wrestling is fake. Amateur wrestling is real.
Yeah, that's true. But I don't think it's always amateur wrestling. Well, I mean, the distinction is generally between, like, I guess it's called professional wrestling, and that other kind is Greco-Roman wrestling.
Really? Is that what they call it?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about any of that.
But my point was, in those games, you have, like, they've got, like, Andre the Giant in there. They got Hulk Hogan. Those guys don't wrestle anymore, mostly because one of them's dead.
Hulk Hogan totally wrestles now.
Does he? He got back in the ring?
Here's the deal. People like Hulk Hogan and the Nature Boy, woo, they always are wrestling, all right? They never stop wrestling. The Nature Boy must be like 160 years old. Hulk Hogan most certainly has died. And Andre the Giant, I'm sure, is still in there. He was definitely killed. Like, legit. He's in the ground, but I'm sure he comes back.
Okay.
The Undertaker, I'm sure, is dead. And that's kind of the joke, because it's so true.
It's a joke. Because he's an Undertaker.
For some reason, wrestlers never, ever retire, either. I don't know what the deal is. Like, they do, but they don't. Because, like, Mick Foley will be like, I'm done wrestling, and then 2 weeks later be like, wrestling, yeah!
Who's the guy who's, like, the fake guy in charge of everything?
Vince McMahon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he fights everybody.
See, well, that's too much work. You want to be in charge of the WCW, and then you also have to go and wrestle.
Dude, you know...
Sorry, of the WWF.
Did you know...
Also, it's WWE.
Ted Turner owned the WCW?
Dude, the thing about that is they used to pretend that Ric Flair owned the WCW. I don't know why. There's like a bunch of arcs where he like bought it or something.
Dude, I just...
The stories are incredibly complex. You know how many times I go on a wiki nightmare of just WCW garbage? I'll turn this into a wrestling podcast if we have to. Think Tom C doesn't work as a wrestling name? It kind of doesn't, but we can work with that.
What could I be the
terrific Tom C? It works right there.
Well, that wouldn't be my name.
I don't care what your name is. You figure it out.
Okay.
The Dive Bomber D. Marks. Boom.
That makes me sound like I take dives.
No, it sounds like you do sweet, off-the-rope, high-risk maneuvers.
Dude, remember in...
Are you kidding me?
Dude, remember how the best part in Saints Row 3 was always when you're fighting the luchadors?
Remember the best part in Saints Row 3 was how you could always do sweet wrestling moves?
Yeah.
That was your fighting style in that game?
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Pretty much were always doing wrestling.
I mean, yeah, the last fight of that game is you're fighting against luchadors in a ring when you have chainsaws and stuff.
Well, I mean, that's not the last
Guys,
fight.
don't make me talk about luchadors, because I'll tell you my secret dream is to go back in time and be a luchador. I don't know why I have to go back in time.
I'll tell you a little more about it off air, but I got something that might help you out with that dream.
I don't know what to say. I'm blown away.
But no, because that was cool. I liked that as a creative thing, as a creative direction.
Yeah,
also, Hulk Hogan was in that game.
Also, somebody else was in that game.
A lot of people were in
Sasha
that game.
Grey. She's not a wrestler.
No.
Sounds like a wrestling name.
I gotta be
honest.
honest.
Like a superhero name.
I gotta be honest. Kind of would like to see Sasha Grey in a wrestling ring.
Dude, I'm sure you're one of the many people who saw her reading to kids.
No, I actually didn't see that.
You didn't see a picture? She's reading in like a first grade
I
class.
heard of it. I heard all about it.
Yeah, that sucks, because she just wants to have like a real life, you know?
Yeah, but
They should have asked the parents. That's what they should have done.
Yeah.
They're like, she's an actress. She's on Entourage. And that's all they said, and it's really funny to me.
No, it's funny because, like,
Guys,
she
Sasha Grey
plays
is a
herself on
well-known
Entourage.
actress. Really?
I'm pretty sure she did.
I've never seen Entourage.
I think she plays a character who is very, very, very much based on herself.
All I know is there's a guy named Peanut Turtles, and there's a guy named... No, that's it. Just the Peanut Turtles.
Who's on that show that I would know who's not Sasha Grey, apparently?
That's all I got. People used to love that show.
I know.
I got nothing.
I don't understand. I don't understand it.
I don't watch any shows, dude. You know that.
Well, yeah, but that doesn't count for some reason.
Some guy who's good looking. Oh, Jeremy Piven. He was totally on the show.
It was Jared. It was Jim.
Yeah. Did I say his name wrong?
No, you said it right. Sorry, guys. I'm a little stuffed up this week. Too much.
Dude, if we did sports twice, I'm going to be pretty annoyed. We need to remember what our own shows were.
I don't think we did sports.
I feel like Ryan's getting real sick of wrestling, though.
How much do we talk about wrestling?
I can name a bunch of obscure wrestlers if you want.
No, I think people would get bored of that really fast.
Or Buff Bagwell guys.
Dude, remember...
Dude, we were playing Halo 4 last night, and one of the guys' name was Buff Hardthrust. It was the best name ever. If you're listening, Buff, we wanted to talk to you, but we forgot. Dude, I wish I had a funnier Xbox name, man.
Yeah,
Buff Hardthrust somebody sees and they laugh out loud every time.
No, Buff Hardthrust is a great name. What was I going to say?
Like,
I've totally forgotten.
Maybe Thor Thunder Thighs? That's pretty funny.
I think you need to be like...
Stone Hard Crush? No, it's the same thing. That's the same thing.
That's the same joke.
Shane Fistrock?
Maybe. No, but my point is that...
What is your point?
I don't know, we can talk about something else that's not wrestling.
Well, I'm trying. I'm trying to do this.
No, I don't.
I'm steering the conversation wheel away from that by talking about Buff Hardthrust.
Dude, I think you only need to mention Buff Hardthrust and the joke's been made.
I don't know. There's no joke.
Yeah, that's the joke.
I guess. What do you want from me?
I'm just saying.
Got anything else you want to talk about?
We got to pad out these last 2 minutes.
No, dude, I got stuff for next break, dude.
Well, yeah, but let's take this. Let's just take this little time period right now.
Okay.
And let's rattle off things about games that we liked. Period.
That sounds like a real good idea. Okay. Good controls.
Nice graphics.
Music that's pretty.
Mini games.
Macro games.
Medium games.
I like any game that has ravioli featured.
I like any games that has a ravioli rumble pack feature.
Are you kidding me? That's made up.
No, it's not.
Every one of mine was real.
You put wait, what's a macro game?
It's a game where you play a bunch of games at the same time.
Why would that be a macro game?
I don't know what the word macro means. Guys, we're going to take a break.
Alright, fair enough. No, we're back.
No!
No! Alright.
No! Guys, I'm going to geek out right now.
Dude, remember at the end, sorry, I'm totally going to step on your second here.
Okay,
remember at
great.
the end, whenever you would win a game of Team Fortress, that's what I always go, Go! No!
Can we just play that during the break? Just find that and play it during the break.
I was going to use a different song during the break.
Guys.
I'll put the sound effect in, like, right here.
Okay.
Don't talk over it. Okay, there we go.
You guys know it. That's the only thing good about Team Fortress as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
The game never was that interesting to me.
I used to play it back in the day, but...
I played it briefly. It just wasn't that great.
No, the problem is...
It's a good, solid game, but whatever.
Here's
Everyone needs
the
to
thing.
shut up about it.
Here's the thing about it. It's very much the way that me and Halo are. It's like, there are people who will, like, spend, like, their entire lives playing it, and you're never going to be better than those people.
Yeah, except since
like,
Team Fortress 2 came out, like 7 Halos came out.
Yeah. You're like...
And everyone is great.
You're like, hey, how's it going? It's my first day on the Fife. I'm going to be a sniper because they're cool. Oops, I got shot in the head by a medic's needle gun from halfway across the map, and now I'm dead.
Dude, it's just, you go on Reddit, and every single post is Portal or Team Fortress. And I'm like, who really likes Team Fortress that much?
I'll be honest. Did you hear about the Man vs. Machine expansion?
Yeah. That was cool looking.
I'd be interested in that. Because
a lot of cool looking stuff. The game played well.
Yeah, it was because I liked the system. I liked the class-based system and everything like that.
Yeah, and it was totally legit. It was a great game. I don't know about great.
But
it was should we cough directly on mic or what?
I coughed off mic, man. Relax. But one of the things I liked about the idea of that the Man vs. Machine thing is one of the reasons why I love the Mass Effect multiplayer so much, because you're on a team with people and you're just fighting computers. So there's none of that douchebaggery that comes with every single online game ever.
Yeah.
So you're like, we gotta kill robots as opposed to...
I didn't realize that's how Mass Effect 3 multiplayer worked.
Yeah, that's why I liked it so much, because everybody was just on a team versus computer-controlled enemies.
That's probably why it didn't do so well, because people don't like that as much.
Really?
That's why most games don't do it like that.
I've heard nothing but good things about it.
Yeah, but people don't still play it.
I know several people still play it.
That's it. Call them on the phone. We're going to Skype them through.
All right, fair enough. We'll do
I'm
that
just kidding.
literally right now.
Do not even do it.
Okay. You remember Gex the Gecko?
I loved Gex the Gecko.
That was a good game.
Dude, the one for 64, I think it's just Gex 3. Game was awesome. I would love to play it for Let's Play. Somebody buy me that game. Or tell me where to buy it.
I played the first one, I think. The one where you're, like, trapped in the TV world.
That was the one I played. That was Gex 64. I think it's Gex 3.
Oh, really?
It was called Gex... It was called Gex 64 Enter the Gecko.
No, Enter the Gecko was a different one. The one I'm talking about is 2D. It was for computer.
2D?
Yeah.
Maybe everyone is trapped in movies.
Probably.
The one for Nintendo 64 was definitely related to movies, or at least themes of movies.
Yeah, well, I played Enter the Gecko too, but the one I'm specifically thinking of...
Gex 64 might not be Enter the Gecko, by the way. I'm just,
We're just spouting off words.
Needle balling. Is that an expression?
Yo, give me the old needle ball.
Just needle balling.
Just needle ball this.
Yeah, dude. I wish if I had that game again, I would be playing it.
What kind of like obscure games did you like as a kid? That like, if you ever told anyone that you liked them, they'd be like, "What the hell are you talking about?"
Well, like Ani for PC, people barely know what that game is. It was a Bungie game, guys. It was basically if you took Ghost in the Shell, made it slightly more weird, and then made it pretty grim. And then gave it sweet punching stuff.
Yeah, sweet punches.
The game's actually pretty legit on the PC. PS2 kind of played poorly, but the PC one was really, really tight.
Yeah, I never played it.
But I played that too.
But I vividly remember the advertisements for it, and because I always wanted to play, because I was like, the advertisement of this game in this gaming magazine looks rad.
It is rad. It was a totally rad game. It had really cool weapons. One weapon was a mercury
bow, yeah.
Mercury bow. It was just a sniper rifle that shot like mercury-tipped shots that killed people instantly. Had the rubber ball bouncer, which shot little grenades that bounced all over the place, and you could detonate them whenever you wanted. It was really cool. Really a lot of cool stuff. It was made by Bungie. You can't do better than that.
Yeah.
It was a great game.
Good team.
As far as obscure goes, that's probably one of the most obscure.
Dude, I'll tell you an obscure game that you definitely have not heard of. If you have heard of it, I will give you $1 million. Not really.
Come on. So close to getting $1 million.
So close.
I've heard of a lot of games, friends.
It's a game called Blasto.
I have heard of Blasto.
Really?
Yes. I've never played it. I've only seen it mentioned in a magazine.
I played Blasto because the main character... Blasto? The main character is actually voiced by Phil Hartman of Saturday Night Live.
That's probably why I knew it.
Yeah, because that's the only reason why I had it, because I was like, I like Phil Hartman. Let me tell you, looking back...
kids like, well, this one has Phil Hartman in it.
Yeah, I liked Phil Hartman as a kid.
All right.
He was on the shows that I liked. And let me tell you guys, That game was pretty bad.
Yeah.
Controlled poorly. I did really, and maybe because I was using my soft, underdeveloped brain to play it, but I just...
Is that a PS1 game?
Yeah, I was really bad at it.
Dude, PS1 games they could get away with murder on. They
just
gave you whatever they felt like.
That's not always true, because you had great games for the PS2, PS1, too.
Yeah, I know.
Great games for the PS1, 2, 3.
No, you're totally right, but some of the games are just like, well, this is our first attempt at 3D, let's just do this. Like, no one remembers Metal Gear Solid Sub-Zero Anthology, or whatever it was. It was like a 3D game of Mortal Kombat that was, like, incredibly poor. They just, like, threw out...
You said Metal Gear Solid.
It's Mortal Kombat.
No, you said Metal Gear Solid.
Mortal Kombat.
You said Metal Gear Solid Sub-Zero, whatever.
Whatever. Mortal Kombat. Sub-Gombo. Rimbo Dimbo.
Alright, whatever.
That game was crap, I assume. Because it looked like crap.
Yeah, but I mean, everything looked kind of bad back in those days.
Dude.
That's because our eyes were terrible back then.
Is that really what you're going with?
Yeah, everyone's eyes gets progressively better.
I think it's only because they had 3 polygons and they had to share them.
Share the 3 polygons between 4 different companies.
I'm going to geek out. I'm changing the subject.
Alright.
Guys, as you may know, I've mentioned before, I was watching Rurouni Kenshin recently. I'm a big dork.
Did you actually mention that?
Yes.
Oh, you mentioned it in the Let's Play. I don't think you mentioned it.
No, I totally mentioned it on the show. But here's the deal. I want to talk to you about something.
How dare you?
Rurouni Kenshin's a pretty interesting show. It's got a lot of cool characters, and there's a lot of reasons to keep watching. But that show blows because it is filled with filler. All it is filler. It might be called filler the show. Stuffing the show. Whatever the show.
Well, it's funny because I made the parallel between it and Dragon Ball Z in a lot of cases.
Which is literally filler the show.
Yeah. And it's very apt because, first of all, in Rurouni Kenshin, there's always talk about, like, the ultimate fighting spirit and stuff like that. Totally. It's, like, very stereotypical anime. And then, of course, filler.
Yeah. There's a lot of cool stuff, and it's like one episode to get to something cool, and then the next episode something cool. But here's where this makes sense with our podcast. Because we're not going to talk about anime on the podcast. You got that, guys?
We booze.
I'm not going to talk about that. It's a good show. What I want to talk about is, has there ever been a game you played that blatantly wasted your time? That was like filled with filler stuff. That you're like, this is meaningless grinding. This is not fun, but I have to do it because it's filler.
I know there has to be, but like I can't think of any of them because like my first thought that I would jump to when being asked a question like that, which I just was, my first thought would be like to a sandbox kind of game where they have like
that's a good point.
Activities and stuff like that. But like whenever I think of like Saints Row or Red Dead Redemption, I liked for the most.
Saints Row 2 blatantly did it,
but
it forced you to do mini games that were not necessarily fun.
But I never really had a problem with that much.
Yeah, but
stuff.
that was literally like padding it out.
That was padding it out, but I was at least having fun during it. I don't think there's really I don't think there were ever too many times in not Metal Gear Solid, Saints Row.
Dude, what's our problem with Metal Gear Solid today?
I don't know. We got Metal Gear Solid. Oh, it's probably because we just started.
I don't know about that.
But yeah,
dude.
So I never was not having fun playing those mini games.
You ever play Fable?
No,
I played Fable 2 briefly.
I remember I was there for that because you had to like be a blacksmith.
Dude, right off the bat, it wastes your time. It's like, go do a job, and you're like, ugh, this is not fun. It's not fun at all.
Yeah,
I think Dragon Age might have done something like that too.
Oh yeah, I think there probably was a lot of filler in Dragon Age.
Yeah, dude, Mass Effect 2 is basically all filler for the Mass Effect trilogy.
Yeah, but
it's fun, but it's still
not,
like...
But it's not for the game. Oops, sorry, I kicked the microphone.
Yeah, that's true. There's a game called Disgaea, Hour of Darkness, you may have heard of. The thing about that game is you beat the game, you're about level 70. But to start doing the optional bosses, they're about level 1000. And here's the deal, guys.
70 is higher than it's less high than 1,000.
Who says less high?
Well, I messed up what I was really going to say, so I did pull it out at the end.
Here's the deal. Levels aren't just like freebie levels are easy to get. Levels are like a legitimate way to get them. Like imagine a Final Fantasy style system. It's not just like you got 5 levels for this. You had to earn every single level. It was like
you know what games there are a lot of filler in. Now that I'm thinking about it, there's a lot of filler in Pokemon,
dude.
Because there's a lot of grinding there. Because you got to level your ass up, boy.
Especially if you want to level up more than one Pokemon.
Yeah,
you could get along with just a Charizard or whatever, just rip through the game. Maybe.
Yeah, that's not always the easiest thing to do.
If you want to grind a thing, it takes some stupid effort.
And especially if you want to breed stuff.
Oh boy, that's kind of like extra content, but it's still
to
get everything.
The core grinding mechanic to level up Pokemon is not extra. You have to do that.
No, that kind of grinding stuff has always turned me off. That's why I've never played a game like Warcraft, which I assume is just all filler.
It's a lot of grinding, yeah.
Like, what isn't filler in that game? I've never played it.
Well, the thing, especially the thing about that is the fact that there's never, as far as I know, don't jump down my throat, guys.
I can't do that. I'm not small enough.
The thing about games like that is that there aren't really story quests.
Really?
I don't think so, because there's no story that you can really complete. Because like you're interacting with a larger world, as opposed to just an individual game. So it's not like you can be like, well, I defeated the end boss. It's just like, oh, everything's the same.
Isn't there an end boss in that game?
I mean, there's like raids and stuff, but like, first of all, some of those you need like 70 people for.
Yeah, I don't...
Like if you want to go into Onyxia's lair or something like that.
Dude, this whole thing is lost on me, I gotta tell you that. Because I just never understood that. Ugh. Ugh.
It's a big community, though, dude.
I don't get these people, man. I'm not exactly Mr. Jockey Cool Man, as you may be confused.
Jockey Cool Man.
Not exactly, talking to girls or whatever, like some of these cool kids are.
Yes, hello. Hello. I'm Jackie Coolman.
Yeah, I'm kind of a high level dork. I'm not even going to say that. But
sorry.
I got
a little choked up there.
Yeah, it's like I didn't mean to get you.
Sorry, guys. Like I said,
this is what I do, and I don't even understand how anyone can waste their time on those kind of games. It's grinding stuff.
I was about to say, is it strictly because there's no real endpoint there, or
I don't get it at all? Period. I don't know why I don't like it, but I don't know why I would like it.
Well, first of all,
the game they're grinding in it, Rumble Roses.
Yeah,
we didn't even mention that.
That's true.
We mentioned that on every podcast.
Oh boy.
That game was no fun.
That game was seriously not any fun.
It's like, do you want to maybe look at a lady? You're going to play this fight 1,000 times. Yeah. Oh, boy. That was still playing the game, but the game was not that good. A lot of fighting games are like that, though. If you think about how many, like a Soul Calibur, you have to grind for levels all the time.
Yeah, especially when you want to get outfits and stuff. Oh, dude, that was going to be a suggestion I was going to make for a one-sitting challenge, is doing a completionist run for Gundam Battle Assault and unlocking all the mobile suits.
That'd actually be pretty cool. Remember we couldn't do Battle Assault because of the stupid sound?
Oh yeah, it was totally... Well, no, we got it to work eventually.
We'll figure it out. That's a cool idea, though.
Because that won't take that long.
We should do more things of us fighting each other in games. I'm still confused as to why we've never done any Guilty Gear stuff.
Because we're too out of practice.
I do not agree with that. I'm in practice.
Well, then I am too out of practice.
No, you need to just... if we just played, we would be ready to go. We'd get it like a second. We're like Guilty Gear professionals... And we're not
we're Guilty Gear bicyclists. We never forget how to play.
That was a real reach. You're like Stretch Armstrong over there.
I'm like Lance Stretch Armstrong.
Dude, I couldn't... I should have mentioned with my geek joke that I'm like Macaulay Culkin. I'm always home alone. But I didn't do it. Let's just move past that.
Good times.
Dude, I don't know.
But the thing about Warcraft is that you've never really been like a fantasy guy that much either.
Dude, I used to like Zelda. Is that fantasy?
Yeah, but it's
like non-fantasy fantasy.
No, Zelda's actually compared to World of Warcraft. Zelda is very high fantasy.
Really?
Yeah, compared to Warcraft.
Zelda is?
Yeah.
Why do you say that?
Because it's
more... You define high fantasy for people who don't know it? I know it. I know what you're saying.
I know what it is.
High fantasy.
High fantasy is a lot more... It's like much more classical kind of Tolkien-esque kind of stuff. It's going to be a lot more cleaving to very... stereotypical ideas about what a fantasy and medieval setting is like.
Right.
World of Warcraft doesn't really do that because they have like steampunk elements and horror elements, and they try to incorporate a lot of stuff. One of the races came in an effing spaceship.
Really?
Yeah, it's the goat people.
Isn't there like a techie civ?
Yeah, the gnomes. They've got like steampunk stuff. And
Dude,
the goblins.
Remember how good Hero Academy was?
I never played here. Oh, Hero Academy. Sorry.
Yeah, I played all the time. We played with Mustard Man.
Yeah, I remember that. It was a good game.
He used to stomp me. I sucked at Hero Academy.
I know, I did too.
I beat him one time. I'm like, Mustard Man, come on. And then he schooled me every single match from then on. He was like, "Oh, I'll play you guys." And he hustled me.
Yeah.
Hustled me so hard.
Yeah, it was bad. That was a game I stopped playing because I was terrible at it.
Dude, I've
I
stopped
always
playing
got beaten
every
by my
iPhone
friends.
game. I've been looking for iPhone games lately. Guys, if you have any, suggest them to me. The only one I've ever go back to is Zombie Gunship, which is the best. But I used to play Letterpress, which with my friends. But the same is true of Draw Something and...
That's because all those games.
what's that
like,
Scrabble one?
Words with Friends.
You see Words with Friends board game edition?
No, I did not.
Totally exists.
No, I actually did hear about that, actually.
Yeah. I play Card Shark, which is just card games. You can't really beat that. I recently got Fortune Street,
Dude, you know what one of my favorite games
which is
always...
like Monopoly for mega nerds. Go on.
You know what one of my favorite games for the iPhone always is? Oregon Trail.
They have Oregon Trail on there. I forgot about that.
Yeah, that's a game that's good.
You ever play Gravity Guy?
No, I don't think I have.
Gravity Gaze is kind of neat. It's just like it's like a platform except you're always running, and you have to like go up or you have to stick to the ceiling or the floor to get past obstacles.
What was the game that was like a stress tester for like snow and stuff that you had?
Simple Physics.
Yeah, that's
That
what it
game
was.
rules. It's so dumb that I like that game, but here I am liking that game.
Here I am playing that game.
Guys, I want you to suggest me any iPhone games because I really am out of the loop on that. And if you guys want to play iPhone games with me, let me know in an email. But you should let us know a lot of things in emails. For instance, how you feel. Tell us how you feel.
Tell us about
day.
things, guys. We want to know all about it.
Are you hungry? I want to know. I'll give you food suggestions.
Pizza.
Every single answer is going to be pizza, though.
Pizza, 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 pizza.
Yeah, we got Control C pizza. I know you're going to Control V all of those.
Control F pizza. Find pizza, copy pizza, paste pizza.
That's all you guys need to know about is pizza. We want to hear you comment more on the videos. Comment on this video.
Comment on every video ever that has ever existed.
Not even our videos. Just comment on any videos.
Be like, hey, Sons of Idiot told me to comment on this.
You're at the movies. Comment on it with your significant other.
Hey, Hugh Jackman. Sons of Idiot, say hello. That's what you're going to be like.
Hugh. The son say hi. He'll respond.
He'll be like,
we're cool with Hugh.
hello, citizen.
You think he says citizen?
Hello.
I don't...
I'm surprised it wasn't the voice. It was my saying of citizen that turned you off from that.
No, the whole thing was a turnoff.
Hello, citizen. I'm Hugh Jackman.
Citizen really doesn't seem like something you would say. I don't even know who you're doing an impression of, but it certainly wasn't anything we're doing. Guys, just email us, please.
Yeah, we want to hear from you. Rate us and on iTunes also.
Dude,
it helps us out.
Guess how many rates we've had since the last time I asked for this?
0.
Guess how many we've had since the first time I asked for this?
0.
We've never had a rate since I've asked. Nobody rates this podcast.
That's why I'm bringing it up.
Yeah, guys, rate it. It really helps us get seen. Really, really, really do it. I'm not kidding. Guys, I wanted to bring this up earlier. Guys, don't forget, we're still a fledgling company here. We need your help.
Do you see these sleeves? You can't because it's an audio podcast. But I got a lot of stuff up here in these sleeves.
Up those sleeves.
In my sleeves.
Yeah.
Not just my arms. And we're waiting for a chance to just let them go.
Guys, like anything that is new, it needs
the
help.
best.
It needs help. We're doing great. We're going to keep doing it. But the key to success for us is word of mouth. And the more you guys talk about us, the more you recommend us to your friends.
We know you guys have video game friends.
We know you got stuff to
friends
do.
who play video game, not video game
but
friends.
do you believe in us? Then just post us sometimes when you see something that's relevant. We do it too. We're not asking of anything of you that we're not asking of ourselves.
If you have something that you want us to plug on our show, we might do that.
I guess. We would do it. We all need the help. We'll help each other out, guys.
I would do anything for stuff.
Dude, you're like deep love.
Deep.
How deep is your love?
Derp throat.
Dude, now that we're gonna tie up the show.
What?
With our tightest segment, we call it Speed Reviews.
Tom, this is the top 10 wintry worlds from video games.
Great.
Perfect for
the
winter.
Themes, right?
Well, we said themes. Fine.
Or no, whatever. Games with fun winter worlds.
Yeah, there we go. Number 10, World of Warcraft, Mountains of Thunder.
I don't know if we should mention the song. World of Warcraft is a game we just talked about where you grind and you grind and you grind and you make stuff out of those grinds. Like a 50-50 backside flip. 10 out of 10. Tales of Symphonia.
In this game, you make a symphony by pulling on dog tails and depending on which dog you pull on, makes a different pitch bark. They banned this game. The ASPC was not a big fan, so it gets a banned out of 10. Xenoblade Chronicles.
Xenoblade Chronicles is not Xenosaga, and so I was confused for a while, so it gets a 1 out of 10. Metroid Prime.
In Metroid Prime, you learn all about prime numbers. 1, 2, 3.
2 isn't prime.
2 is a prime number. It's only divisible by itself in 1.
Oh, God.
Gets a 2 out of 10. Donkey Kong Country 2, Diddy's Conquest.
Donkey Kong Country 2 Diddy's Conquest is a game where you conquest things as Diddy. It's pretty self-explanatory. What you might be like, where does this happen? Happens in Donkey Kong Country. Best title ever, 10 out of 10. Fable 3.
This is the third Fable. It's the Tortoise and the Hare. Gets a 3 out of 10. Super Mario 64.
Super Mario 64 is a game you play as 64 Marios at the same time. They do jumps and flips and they go, hoo, ha ha, and stuff like that. 10 out of 10. Viva Pinata.
Arriba! Viva Pinata es un videojuego con un piñata. Recibe un 6 de tuyos. Final Fantasy V.
Final Fantasy V is a game that nobody played because it came between 2 and 3, which is actually 4 and 6, so I don't know what it does. It gets a 1 out of 10. Banjo-Kazooie.
Could any music sound better than a banjo played with a kazooie? I don't think so. 10 out of 10. And we did it! Guys, I'll talk to you next week on
See you
some
guys
video.
later.